I don't know. You already know, man. That's the signature. It's that boy Wizz. Hey, here I is. I'm on the microphone as usual. Wednesday night, man, 9 p.m. Streaming through the Empowerment Network. It's the SimpFree podcast, man. We back in this bitch. Did you miss us? I hope you did, because we missed y'all, man. Hold on, this my man on the right. Say that again.
Yo, it's that boy B Mason. 1 time, 2 time. We back up in this thing, episode 7 on that ad. You know what I'm talking about? Up here in the SimpFree podcast. What's going on, people? Glad y'all here with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? G, what's been good, man? What you been up to?
Oh, man, feeling good, man. You already know.
Yeah, what's new, man?
I just hate that we have to do this out of respect. Start off on a little somber note, you know what I mean?
Okay.
We definitely got to pay our dues to our man Nip, man.
Last time that I checked.
You hear me? Hey, man, victory lap. Hey, man, salute to Nipsey Hussle, man, his family, man. R.I.P., man.
For sure, man. Godspeed.
That news was just like, that was the closest one I had to, like, you know, when you heard Pac and Big die, man.
Yeah, I got to say that.
That shows the effect on that man and how his energy was out here.
Yeah.
Like, we never met him ever, but he just seemed so real and so positive. It's just unfortunate, man, and I think, like, it's just a shame, like, once you get influence, I think that's when you're in trouble as a rapper or an artist. When you can influence the people heavily,
yes,
that's when stuff happens, man.
Because you have the potential to become an instrument.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, a leader, and you can move a community. That becomes a problem. I'm sure it does in many sectors. I
mean, the dude was brilliant, man. Like, to start off that whole, like, his store, the Marathon store.
Yeah.
He had that idea because they used to get their hustle on and do their thing out there when he was younger.
Correct. Yep.
So when the rap popped off, he bought that. Now he didn't have just the Marathon store. He owned that whole strip mall, bro.
Correct. Yes, sir. He did.
You know what I mean? He had a grocery store. He had all type of businesses, man, and he was putting people on, man. Yeah, like he owned all that. It wasn't just the Marathon. So you know what I mean? He was brilliant. Yeah, I think that's where the problem comes. His influence. He also was telling people, because you know they're trying to build a new stadium. Yeah. Out there in those parts, and he was telling people to hold on to their property, though. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So I believe he kind of became a nuisance, man, and that's just my opinion, man.
Say unintentionally trying to help.
Because what the word is, the fact that he went out because he may have hurt somebody's feelings or something like that, bro.
Yeah.
No, a known snitch.
Yeah.
Anytime you're a known snitch and you're an informant, I don't trust you.
So did Nips know that guy?
He knew him, and he told him to get the hell on away from there. That's the problem. He like, man, we don't want you around here because you a snitch. We don't rock with you. Why are you here? So that's what made me think, like, yeah, why was he there, bro? Like, why all of a sudden now, you know what I'm saying, when Nip moving and shaking, he was about to have a meeting that Monday with, you know, like some higher-ups about gang violence and shit.
The police department and some leaders from Rock Nation.
Where did they find this Dusty McVeigh motherfucker at, man?
Man,
where did he come from, bro? Like,
know,
it's crazy to me. Like I said, man, when you rapping about lean and doing all type of pills and just nigga trinkets, chains, watches, you know, not giving back to your community. When you rap about that shit, it's no problem. But when you telling people how to buy back the block, like he moved out, got the bag, and then brought it back to the hood, bro. You know what I mean? Never left, employing people.
Correct.
I mean, that's a phenomenal dude. He might have been a threat to, like, they probably wanted to gentrify that area, but no, he wasn't about to give it up.
Oh, hell no, man.
So it could have been a plot to get him out of there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, I can't believe it, man. Let's what y'all think about that, man? Let's say what's up to the people in the chat room first off, man. Our people, our loved ones. What's up, man? We rock with y'all so heavy, man. Who we got in this thing, B?
What we doing?
Kick it off.
We got my man Mondo in there.
Oh, we always appreciate Mondo. He in the building,
we
too.
Got Ashley in there. What up,
Actually in the building.
We got Vanna in there.
Of course.
That boy Von Stevens in there.
Oh, hey, Von, what's up, bro? Man, we so appreciate you, bro. You always in here.
Yeah, what's up, V?
Of course, goes
Mother Butters.
Hey, my baby cakes.
Mother Butter.
Tony. Hey, TonyRain.com. While you at it, TonyRain.com. Best body cream on earth. Multi-usage. Go holla at that.
And the young boy Gitu out here.
Oh, Gitu.
Good hump day evening to all.
Hey, that's our folk. Gitu, what up, bro?
What up, boy?
Jomo, what's up with it? Ike Turner, what up, cuz?
What it is.
But yeah, what you think
what's
about
up, baby
Nip?
sister? My baby sister. Hey, Jay.
What's up, baby? What's up, sis? How you doing? What's up? So what you think about Nip, man? Your situation.
I was it was crazy about it is I was actually just putting him on. Like, you know what I mean? I was listening hard just 2 days before. And because my bro, an avid listener, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, man, I was actually feeling what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Shit, you know, even though it was gangster, but it was in the right perspective to move forward in the build, and you know what I mean? And to take care of your community, dog, and just be on some boss shit. Not just, it wasn't all about just banging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was taking it to another level, and to see him be a victim of the community that he did so much to help out. That's the saddest part about it, man.
Bro, he had a program called, what is it, Vector 9 or 90? Teaching people that STEM, like, what is that, science, technology, engineering, and math, so that it kind of bridged the gap to help people from the hood get a chance in the tech world, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Silicon Valley.
He did.
Come on, man. Brilliant mind, bro. He was too valuable to our people, bro.
And the beautiful thing about that's where the money is really coming. Like, if you want to get grants and funding and stuff like that, it's in tech.
Yeah.
So think about how many people would have got the opportunity to get that money that wasn't going to get it at first.
Yes, yeah.
Because they was blind to it. Now you getting the opportunity. Oh, man. It's amazing what that young brother was doing.
Man, it's incredible. So that's why I say it's all about the influence. Like I say, when you rap about nothing, you got nothing to worry about. When you positive and you moving people, he had the pulse of the city, bro. If he had a whole bunch, if he wanted to run for mayor or some shit, I guarantee he probably, if he wouldn't win, he would come close. He would shake that up. Now, that's how much influence he had, bro.
Nip, he was the one that was selling his mixtape for like $100 a pop.
Nobody was doing that.
Yeah, he did. He
sold,
it was
selling.
He sold like 2,000 mixtapes at $100 a pop. Well, he had them out, and he banged them. And I think that was just off love and support because he, was a stand-up guy. I think the cats who could afford it was just, went to bat for him, put 200 bands on it. And he been popping ever since, man.
I wonder if his family, that East African culture,
probably before that.
I wonder, do that got a lot to do with it?
Eritrean? Nah, maybe it was just his hustler in him. His brother, his whole team was on there, man. Mm-hmm. So salute to all of them, man. You know what I mean? That just hit us hard, man. And I just had to show respect to that, man. Nip, man, Nipsey Hussle, we love you, bro.
Godspeed to you and your family.
Rest in power.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in power. Salute to the family, everybody involved in that situation, man. But you already know, man, we gonna get it in today, man. We're talking about something that's kind of heavy and it's going around. It's mental health.
It's real.
The topic today, this is episode 7, by the way, bro. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can.
Episode 7, man. We moving, man.
We out here, dog.
Slowly but surely, man. You are not alone, man. That's what we're talking about. You are not alone. This is a discussion on mental health, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want everybody to chime in because a lot of people be afraid to talk about that type of shit, especially males. Like, you feel like you too macho at times to just confide in your boy. Like, man, I'm fucked up, bro.
You saying pride get in the way?
Hey, how you doing? What's the first? Hey, well, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, everybody good.
I'm good. You could be 10 minutes away from about to melt down and cry inside, but you gonna tell your folks you good.
But see, in society, man, and that comes into play. This is one of the things. It's difficult for a man to just show his emotions like that. You know what I mean? You damn if you do, damn if you don't.
But why is that? Because women will talk about it.
I mean, they will. Yeah, I don't know.
That's one thing they will do. Women will sit and talk about it. We don't be feeling like doing that shit.
Nigga, I gotta talk about mine to somebody. You know what I mean? Shit, you hear a lot of my shit, bro. Hear a lot of my situation. That's how I get my vent off, and my pops too. But you gotta talk about it, man, because that doesn't do nothing but turning the bottled up energy, and we already know what happens with that. So you got to be able to vent. But the thing is, it's a fear because one, we were not raised in our communities to seek counseling and to seek guidance. So we were just trained to deal with it. And a lot of thing that happens in our families is people just don't talk about it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff people don't talk about, and it goes under the radar, and it becomes an issue further in life, and the issue becomes so big that it's hard to, come back from in a lot of cases.
We're gonna go in depth to this, man, but let's let some more people pile up in here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
we rock with y'all heavy, man. We rock with y'all so heavy. I see a Vermont Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, I do see Jade. Okay.
What's up, Five? I see you out there. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. My mother-in-law in here, Robin. Hey, what's up, mother-in-law? How you doing?
What's up, A?
Yo, it's one. Before we get too deep into this topic, I just had to run this by y'all, man. Because when it comes to artificial intelligence and aliens and all that shit,
don't get me started. Bro.
I don't really give a fuck. Like,
don't get me started.
I don't know about it. I'm indifferent. Do I think there's aliens out there? Maybe, but I just don't care.
I've been waiting.
But this is. How many people? This is our fuck shit segment. Just some goofy shit. I just want to run this by y'all.
Run it.
How many people heard of this dude by the name of Adam Archon? Did y'all see that story? This dude says he's a time traveler.
I haven't seen that one in particular. No.
I think his ass is on that narcotic heavy.
Why would that be?
Because it sound crazy, but he dropping some heavy facts.
Okay. So
listen,
what kind of facts is he dropping?
This dude name is Adam Archon, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says he is from the year 2045.
That ain't that far away.
That's my thing. He says he was born on December 6, 2019. They ain't even happy yet. That's when he was born, right?
Yeah.
And this is a Caucasian fella. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you didn't know. But he did time traveling, bro. 2045. But here's the thing, though. He dropped some gems, though. He claims there's a chip that was placed in his hand.
Correct.
And is known as the One.
Mm-hmm. And what is this?
And that's what allows him to time travel. Is a chip gonna be called the One, right? So that right there, I'm already side eyeing that shit. Like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Now, was that chip also used as currency?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm getting.
So,
hey,
man, FRID chip.
This is the devil right
here.
Hey, look.
FRID. So
here's one. Here's a gem. He said aliens are supposed to arrive and they're supposed to land in August of 2028.
Not August. Oh,
I would hope they get here before then. If they gonna come, just come. If y'all gonna come on.
They're here already.
I believe it.
So look, I gotta say this though before you go further, and people might take it how you want to take it. I don't give a shit. If you think about all the species on the planet, all the depths
just on this planet,
all the depths of the seas that haven't been discovered by man, the tops of mountains that's never had the foot of man touched before,
the jungle,
all of that, the jungles, all of that, right? And all those different species on this one planet. We would be behooved to believe in all the infinite galaxies and planets in space that we are the only ones, and God's infinite power and His wisdom is just us. Think about that.
You know what my thought was? So in the Bible, it talk about all these different creatures, the giants. I can't pronounce it. The you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you got angels that came down. Mm-hmm. Who's to say that these aliens ain't the angels, these messengers, these different people? But of course, we don't know what they look like, so we just look at it as a scary monster from space.
And a lot of sects has been broken down as far as a lot of the deities and religious beliefs from ancient civilizations. They've broken down that it's a grave possibility that they were extraterrestrial. In my research,
but even if the aliens do show up, who cares? So fucking what? How's that going to change your life?
What you want to tell? Keep that same energy when you see one of them.
But who's to say?
Look, okay, y'all here finally. Okay, everybody, y'all see him now. Okay, look.
That's what I'm saying. Who's to say they're gonna be mad? What if they help you out? They might hold you down.
Hey, look,
they might be able to make a car appear or something. Something you need. You need transportation, bro. Got you. You be like,
nice.
Where was you at all my life? So my thing is, if they do come, so what?
Man,
let's see what the people got to say.
Hey, yo,
go ahead, Vermont.
Vermont Taylor said, "Oh, go ahead."
Oh no, we can go ahead with Vermont. Vermont says, think about it. Every new fish isn't new because every man hasn't been to the bottom.
That makes sense.
Which is true, and that goes back to what you see. We can only go so far.
Yeah,
we don't know. It might be quote unquote aliens at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, but my thing is, let them motherfuckers stay down there. They're not affecting my life. I don't care.
You so shallow, man.
Like maybe it are aliens. I'm not saying I believe there are aliens, but so what?
Look at April.
Oh yeah, we ain't no aliens.
April, ain't nobody think about you, April. Hey, I need everybody that's watching right now. Hit the like button, hit the share button, share this with your friends.
Let's see this. It says, wait, Will Morris, what up, though, bro? It says aliens use a calendar, and our calendar. Shaking my head.
That's.
That's
crazy.
I'm kind of high on that one. What?
Huh?
Well, it's known that the Mayan calendar was supposed to be. It went until the last day on the Mayan calendar was assumed to be the end of days.
But what we use a Georgian calendar.
Don't get me.
Yeah, I think we use the Georgian calendar. First of all, I can't pronounce nothing.
I was about to say you saying some bullshit.
Ray already said. They said who the hell can't pronounce the damn words.
I know, for real.
Look bad,
you said the Georgian? I don't know. I had to do more research on that.
I know what I'm talking about.
You need some water.
Yeah.
Brother-in-law.
What's up, Whitey?
What's up, bro?
You see young Whitey out there, G? What's up, boy?
Oh, Whitey, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Doug Sims, hold up.
Sims, how you doing?
Okay, I got some. Hold on, I got a few more facts before we leave this.
Go for it.
Okay, so it says, like I said, the alien's supposed to land in August of 2028. It says time traveling was released. It's going to be released to the public in 2028, but it was actually invented in 1981.
Yes.
That's another thing. And then he says Yolanda Renee King, which is, I believe, the granddaughter.
But that's a sister. Yolanda, that's a sister.
Yolanda Renee King, which is one of Martin Luther King's granddaughters. He says she will be president, and she will be known as the greatest president in history.
Okay, then.
Oh, that touched my spirit. I like that.
All right, and we're just going to see that unfold. What's up, Scales?
But I'm just saying he dropping some stuff that's kind of like, How did he pull this out of thin air? And he was on a polygraph too. That's another thing. He's allegedly taking a lie detector test, and everything was saying that it was true.
You know, when we look at movies, right, and they deal with futuristic things or technology, right, like advanced technology.
Get it right.
Like this got to come from somewhere.
That's
my thing. It's like this. You
gonna make it go real deep because we'll spend this whole episode on this.
I would like. If time travel is real and available, like, isn't the butterfly effect something? If he comes back in time and tells us all this type of stuff, couldn't it drastically change things in the future?
First of all, he a bastard. He ain't finna give us that mega million.
Right.
Give me them numbers.
That's what I'm like. Give me the pertinent information. You coming with some buzz? Nah, we supposed to know about these aliens in 2028, but so now we just gotta wait till 2028.
I mean,
because as soon as 2028 happen, if I don't see no aliens in my birthday month, I don't want to hear nothing else about this bullshit. You hear me? All this mumbo jumbo cipher, like UFO shit, I want all to be gone. And that's another thing you said. When you see UFOs or things in the sky, that's supposed to be people coming back. And you're supposed to be able to. It's a machine that's like look like UFOs, where it can allow you to go back to different periods of time.
Wow.
So where would you go if you could go back to a period of time? Where would you go right now?
80.
I would go forward.
70s.
I wouldn't want to go back in the past. I'll go forward.
They was having fun back in the 80s. I was too young. I
want to see the new shit.
I would
go back to the early 2000s because I want to be in a music video.
What? That wasn't even that long.
Savannah, Savannah, mute your mic, dear.
Oh my God. What year would y'all go back, man? Y'all out there, what year would y'all go back to? That's ill, bro. I kind of want to go back to like I don't know, just to see some like historical shit, like.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah.
Not go back to your lifespan, but go back to any.
Yeah, that's what he said. You're supposed to be able to do it.
We was having this conversation today. Me and AKA Honey, we was having this conversation today.
AKA Honey, all right.
And we were talking about flying cars. They was like, in the next few years, supposed to be having flying cars. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, think about it, how they changed travel with passports. By land and sea, you can go to Canada, Mexico, whatever, without a passport, just with a valid ID with a star on it.
Yeah.
But by air, you have to have a passport to go to Canada or Mexico, different places like that. It's been talks of that to go from state to state, you're going to have a passport to go from state to state. But now you think about it, if you can have a flying car that can travel from, in air, it makes sense why you would have to have a passport, and of course for tax and and to regulate, different things like that. But in movies, they've been doing it. So it's like some of this stuff that we think that's beyond our thinking, beyond our intelligence, I think is real. I think some of it could be from alien technology.
I believe that too. The crazy thing is that movies prep you for all this, and I use this as a constant example. You guys ever seen the movie Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah,
right. So he was in that movie, and he was Quaid, and he was talking to the video version of himself, or he was talking to the people on a video phone. And we got FaceTime now. And that was in 1990, before cell phones was even popping.
Oh, yeah, that was late 80s.
Still had the beepers on. You know what I'm saying? And then also, too, like, man, it's so many things I can keep going. But the artificial intelligence. You go back to movies like Star Trek. You had Data. He was an android. He was self-sufficient. He thought on his own. I mean, and now you got things like Alexa and Siri, and you can communicate with an artificial device, and it can talk back to you.
I'm about to go.
And all they got to do is, once they put that in physical form or like into a robot, which we know robotics are super advanced these days, and then start transferring consciousness into these things, you're going to be dealing with a whole new animal.
Hey, look, Doug Sims says, who are you guys talking about? It's this dude named Adam Archon, man. We talking about time traveling.
Yeah,
I'm not really with this bullshit, but
futuristic technology.
You started it.
Just some of the facts, man. It's just some of the facts. I'm like, I kind of believe it, but I'm skeptical.
So you think the flying car is going to come soon?
I don't know, but motherfuckers can't even drive them on the ground. Why would I want them flying?
And that was one of my things, too. Like, how do you police that?
Can you imagine somebody being stayed?
Because they'll be operating themselves.
Someone made a post and they're like, y'all already be running out of gas now. Talking about I know my car. That's talking about if you get a flying car, what y'all about to be doing? Falling off the sky?
Yeah, and then you fall. Man, I'm straight, man. We don't need all that, bro. Nah, for real. And Ray Jones said he'd go back to 89.
Ray said he'd go back to when he was single.
Natia Lawton said the 1920s. We see Doug Colin Howard. What up, cuz?
What up, Doug? You know
look what
got Jesse.
Look what Vermont say. Vermont, he say
Tree. What's up,
he said this time traveler named Noah said that it was going to be a massive snowstorm this February. I read that last year. If you have time and look on my Facebook page, I posted it was going to be a massive snowstorm in February, and it did that in December. I did that in December, and it happened. Well, guess what? In let's see, in January it's going to be another massive snowstorm. I say that right now. So let's see if that happens.
I hate you.
Let's see if that happens.
You're so petty.
That's easy.
Hey,
I'm fucking with you,
my friend Tony Waddell says flying cars that already exist, which I do believe that, and I think that. It will be out soon, but the common person won't be able to buy them and afford them. I'm still driving. I drive an '89 Buick. Okay, I drive an '89 Buick. I don't know how I made it here tonight. I ain't gonna be able to afford no flying car.
That '89 be rolling.
I seen something about like. I watched a video. I'm pretty sure it's a video of like the magnetic streets and have them like opposite.
That's correct.
So like hovers.
So
it's not like flying, but it's like flying.
It's anti-gravity technology.
So it's not like
that's
flying in the sky,
like
but it's hovering over the
geek,
street.
But I don't care.
So B, you know, I like to call you the professor.
Go ahead.
Professor, think about this. When things get to the knowledge of common man, us, that means this stuff already been out for years.
That is correct.
It ain't like, oh, we just made a scientific breakthrough.
No.
Let's share with everybody.
Right.
That means this stuff already been on the table
for decades.
We just giving y'all little increments, so when we hit y'all ready for it.
No, what they're actually doing, they're giving you little increments so they can monetize it. So they can sell you the technology. Because they have technologies right now that's for the greater good of everyone. We would never have to work. We would never have to farm. You know, machines and all that can do all of that anyway. You know what I mean? And there's other things that go into that.
Money off
exactly. So just like me and him was talking about earlier, and we're going to get off the subject in a minute, there's 300 major corporations in the world that decide these things. Right. And the fact that they love money and power and to separate classes to keep poor people poor and rich people rich, they hoard these technologies. I'm talking about even you got life expanding technologies, 3D printing organ technologies, all kind of things, man. They're cloning. They're cloning humans to use their organs for
if anybody
all kind of shit.
when you seen that they was
crazy.
cloning
I know
lambs
I sound crazy,
and pigs and it was successful. You a fool to think if they ain't cloning us.
You know what? I'll be impressed when I can sit in my goddamn bed.
Facts.
And I type on the computer and be, you know what I mean? I put my mind or whatever I want to do, whatever I got to do for work. I can plug that into my avatar. He get up and take his ass to work while I'm at the crib, and then I can watch his ass at home, and he do all the work I'm supposed to do. When they come out with that technology, I'm fucking with it. Until then, I don't give a damn about these aliens and none of this old other goofy shit.
I forget who I just seen it. It might have been an old clip.
Yeah, when they can do that, I'm in it.
They said it might have been Dash, might have been Dane. It was somebody that we all know. But he said that you have to get a skill and a product that a computer or a machine cannot recreate.
That is valid.
And
you have to have a trade.
You always stay.
That is correct.
Making money. You always stay valuable. Do something that a computer cannot recreate.
You're right about that.
Oh, love. Yeah, man, we're going to get up off this topic, man. We're going to go into our main topic, man. We're going to talk about this mental health stuff, man, because that's heavy. Want to say, give some more shout-outs real quick. Nina Reynolds, that's cousin, that's fam. What up, Joe? Paul Well, oh, yeah, I see you, okay. Pete? Yoli, Yolanda Navarro Bell, what's up? So we're going to get into this topic, man, and, you know.
We got off subject a little bit.
Yeah, but that was just the goofy. That was just some goofy random shit, man, because I don't know, that was just weird. It blew my mind. That time traveling thing threw me for a loop.
We say what we want, though. It's
but
all good.
Okay, man. So why I say you are not alone when it comes to this mental health, because a lot of people, man, I think that's where it starts. They feel like they can't. Like I said, they don't have nobody to go to, man. Yeah. And I think that's really sad. And this is a good way for me to pigeonhole my favorite rapper ever, and that's that boy Tupac.
What about him?
I like Tupac is my favorite, not just for lyrics and not just rap, it's just for what he personified and who he was. He came up with that thug life, right?
The hate you gave little infants fucks.
Thank you. So from the outside looking in, it's like you're young black male, you're going to look at him as a thug anyway. So he was carrying himself, living up to that persona. But really, like you say, the deep meaning of it, the hate you give little infants fucks everybody. I think that is so pivotal because I don't think it gets enough credit. I believe that's what majority of mental health issues and everything starts is at childhood, bro. Do you know how many traumatic things happens to kids, bro?
I can seriously agree on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think childhood, like stuff that happened when you're in your childhood and then like losing somebody important to you. like a pivotal death. I think those are the two things that really can cause a lot of mental health. And I think that's where a lot of people don't want to start. They hide and just bury that stuff that happened when they was kids, man. Yeah. Because a lot of fuck shit happen to people, man, and they keep that shit.
And you know, like people think PSD is just associated with
PSD,
or they think it's just what is
PTSD?
It? PTSD. Thank you, G.
No, just
you got me.
Go ahead.
But people think that it's just associated with war and soldiers. You know what I mean? But what people don't understand is there's a lot of traumatic moments that happen in your neighborhood, in the hood. You know what I mean? You got shootings, you got killings, you got stabbings, rapings. All of these things happen to people, and other people witness them. So it's very safe to say that people are not. You don't have to be a soldier to have PTSD. You can be living right here in the crib and have a problem. Domestic abuse, being a child, watching your mom or your dad beat your mom or something like that, that can scar you for a long time.
Sexual abuse,
and having to keep it to you, sexual
verbal
abuse especially, and having to keep that to yourself for all those years. I can see how that can create what you call a chemical imbalance.
Myra, he want to jump in too, but
I just want to say, one thing.
It's not on my. Oh yeah, get mine those.
I'm good.
Okay, then there it is. Yo,
I just want to say that a lot of times as men, we don't understand that things, even as such as having sex too early, can scar you for life.
Like being pressured into it.
Right. And we think a lot of times having sex at 13 and 12 and 15 makes us a man. But it does something psychologically because that girl would probably be older than you that's enticing you to have sex with her. I know me. Yeah, just growing up and living in the country, it was not a lot to do. We didn't have the things people in the city had to do.
Right.
So what do? We play high and go get it or whatever else there was. But we never were exposed to sex. We just played around with it.
Right.
And then growing up, when I grew up in a family who didn't talk about mental health, didn't talk about sex, didn't talk about credit.
Yep.
I think my mom just felt like when that time comes, you'll just learn it. So a lot of things scar us as men, bruh, especially when we don't keep that that sexual addiction control. Because if you start too early, it can become an addiction.
Yeah, a lot of people that's oversexed, a lot of their times they was sexually abused. You know what I mean?
Exactly what I'm saying.
And that can shape people's minds. Sometimes, maybe they, didn't have no thoughts on being a homosexual or anything like that, but them experience being with a man might have turned them like that. And a lot of kids are too scared to come out, and say stuff like that. Like I said, whether it's sex, verbal, or physical abuse, a lot of kids face that. And they kind of are told, they scared into, don't say nothing, they get manipulated like that. And then a lot of parents, of course, parents want their breaks and want to, get off, but you got to be careful who you send your kids with, though. You know what I mean?
That's
valid. A lot of people don't think about it because, naturally, if you think with a family member or something, you think that. But come on, man. We all know if you keep it real, it's been family secrets where people have been on that fuck shit for real, and we just suppress that shit. Like you try to avoid sending them there, but bro, that's scary, bro.
She can only go to select.
I got 4 and 5 year olds that can only go to select.
You know what I mean? But there's so many people that'll be like, take my kid. Can you take my kid? Can you do this?
No.
Can you watch my kid? Can you do this?
No.
And that's all across the board. People are just sending their kids with anybody, and you don't know what them kids is bringing, what type of energies they coming about, man. You know what I mean? When kids talk to you, sometimes you got to listen.
No.
And one of the main reasons for mental health in youth is, I know speaking from my experience, a lot of times our parents don't want to admit it because of guilt. So if something happens to your child, the average parent that is doing something that allowed that to happen, they want to cover it up. Yeah. Because I can tell you right now.
It's unfortunate.
I attempted suicide at 14 years old.
Wow.
I shot myself.
Shit, man. Wow, man. That's heavy.
I told my story on the Empower Hour Live last year. I don't
think I heard that. That's crazy, bro. You say you shot yourself?
I pulled the trigger, bro. I put the gun in my head.
What?
And for a split second, I saw my mom in my brain. And I put the gun in my chest and I pulled the trigger.
And what happened?
And I lived.
The bullet went through your neck?
I shot myself. I live with a bullet. I'm cut from here to here.
That's so heavy,
bro.
In me
right now. And we went to mental health counseling one day. And I could tell my mom was embarrassed because people were seeing us go to the mental health clinic. And I never went back another day.
You from
That's
a small
heavy.
town.
From a
so
small
everybody
town.
Gonna talk about it. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think her own guilt and her own shame prevented her from giving her child the help that he needed.
No, I don't want to go too deep into this, but did something happen like traumatically as a child to make you think about that, or do you think you was born with? See what I'm saying? Stuff happened in that young age, man.
And here's the double entendre of it all. You already had a mental health issue, and you attempted suicide.
Yeah. That's
and
crazy.
Then on top of that, when you needed help, your mom was too embarrassed to get you the help.
Yeah,
and you knew you needed it. That's another thing on top of that can scar you.
You know, I told this story with my mom on my show live, and I remember when I went back to school, everybody looked at me like I was crazy. You know, I'm in 9th grade. Or
oh, that's taboo back then, bro.
Bruh. And you know, so I can remember to this day, my mom told me probably for a week or two. Every morning she loved me. And now to this day, it's much easier to text LUVYA than tell her I love you. And same for her. We get along great, like sister and brother, like best friends, but we do not say I love you in my house. After I shot myself, for the first week, maybe 2 weeks, she would say, I love you, have a good day. After that, shit. That's not existent.
I'm sorry.
That's heavy, bro. See, you never know what people go through, man.
Let's talk about the word mental health. So mental, brain health, whatever. If I was to hit you or strike you with an item in the arm, it would cause trauma to the arm.
Yeah.
Bleeding, whatever, catch a cold.
Bruise, abrasion, whatever.
Illness. Mental health really is illness in the brain.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it. Whatever caused it. Sometimes we try to medicate the symptoms, but we don't get down to the root of the issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
You try to suppress it with them drugs.
Yep.
And us black people, we don't like to go to the doctor. We don't like to go to the doctor, period. You bust your head wide. Go lay down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hurt. Where my daddy at? F your daddy. He ain't coming back. That's trauma.
You know what? That's something too, because not to make this about my story, but this may be able to help somebody.
No, please share. Yeah, please.
But my dad died when I was 33 or 34 maybe. And my dad was in hospice. He drank himself to death in 2 years.
Wow.
Purposely. He was depressed.
Oh, wow.
See?
He was depressed. My dad saw me as his little brother because my dad was not around my life. He was sporadically in and out.
Yeah.
So my mom gave me away to his auntie and uncle as a baby. So my mom didn't raise me, but she had me on weekends. So she had my 2 sisters. So I'm thinking about my whole life, and she never knew this. Why did she have them, but not
you?
Me?
Man.
Yeah.
But she said it's for a better life for me. But my dad was jealous because the people that raised him raised me. And he felt like it was a competition.
Oh, man.
Why do you get what I didn't get?
That's crazy.
You know? So on his deathbed, fast forward, my dad, he was in hospice. I was with him for 4 days. The last 4 days I saw my dad, mentally, he drove me crazy. He apologized for every single thing he did in my life.
He had to get that off
him. Through it all.
That was
make
his healing.
himself feel better.
That was his healing.
Yeah.
And bro, it crushed me. And I used to pray to God to please let my dad die before I do, so I can know whether I love him or not.
Wow.
Damn, boy.
That's heavy.
I used to pray to God.
Say that again, please.
I used to pray to God
to your dad.
to please let my dad die before I do, so I can know how I feel, to see whether I love him or not.
Oh, my God.
And his last few days, you know, I had to watch my dad take his last breath. The doctor said, if you don't leave, he's not going to transition. You have to leave this hospice right now. By all scientific and medical means, your dad should be dead right now. He had no liver. He was jaundiced. He had no spleen. He had no pancreas.
Man.
But he was laying there taking a breath every 10 seconds. Just, and I would watch like, oh, this is his last breath. And he'd go, you know. But he made me suffer with him for 4 days. He drugged me down a terrible path to make himself feel better. But because I'm the person that I am, I gave him that time. I put myself in his spot. He know he's transitioning on somewhere else.
So let me ask you this. Those apologies and him trying to basically, you know what I mean, wipe the slate clean, that didn't help at all? Hearing him apologize, hearing him saying he's sorry for what he had done?
You know, I told him, he who the Son sets free is free indeed. I said, your son, the Son of Man, and he who sees the Son. So I say, so you're free. I'm telling you as your son, take your rest, bro.
I bet that helped him a lot.
Take your rest. He looked at me and just turned his head. I would be sitting in the hospital room, bro, like doing crossword puzzles. I would look up, he'd be staring at me. And I would look at him, he would turn his head away.
Whatever he probably had that guilt and shame.
It was in there.
So that's probably
right.
what killed him. All of that. That probably could have what drove him to drinking
and bruh,
anything. That burden that he carried.
I never
that mental health that he carried.
A pain as bad as I felt when they closed that damn casket.
So you did.
I didn't even think I even loved my dad.
You did love your father.
But when they closed that casket, I think reality hit me that a part of me, and I feel sorry for him.
Right.
I feel sorry for him because it's like, man, my dad was 60 years old, no teeth in his mouth. He was about 110 pounds.
Oh, man.
He would try to stop drinking because his mental health, he would try to stop drinking and he would get sicker.
Yeah.
They'd have to give him alcohol-induced medication at the hospital just to bring
keep
him
him
off
from
of
dying.
If he would drink anything that was expensive, like Ciroc or whatever, it'd make him sick. He had to drink the cheapest rock gut liquor.
Because that's what he always drank.
His body be...
but that's what he always drank. That's why.
Yeah.
So things like that, man.
Otherwise,
even as an adult, I've had to find coping mechanisms for my own life.
Word.
And I think you guys being here, I think having a studio and keeping my mind, it's all about keeping your mind healthy.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes,
my
sir.
grandmother's about 80 years old. She does crossword puzzles to keep her mind always moving.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all got some mental health shit going on.
You have to exercise your brain.
Yeah.
You have to
bro.
work your brain. It could come from conversations like this. Just us chopping it up. That will strengthen your brain.
Right.
Yeah, and just on some facts so people know how serious and how widespread this is, it's approximately 1 out of 5 Americans, 1 out of every 5 Americans that have some that has some sort of mental issue. That's equivalent to about 48 plus million people in this country. So
it's 5 of us here together tonight. Okay.
Yeah, look at the fact. Look
at
This shit real, man.
And that's just somebody who's admitting that they have an issue. We can have issues and not know it subconsciously.
So like with me, I suffer from rejection issues, right?
Yes.
I know it.
I think a lot of men do though.
Rejection issues.
Yeah. I know.
Like fear of talking to any rejection on anything or opposite sex or what?
Times I haven't applied for positions that I know I could get.
Because you're scared they're gonna say no?
Yep. But knowing
you don't
qualify.
You don't trust your own skills.
No, it's the rejection. So it goes back to how my upbringing, feeling rejected by my mother, feeling rejected, stuff like that. Now I'm fine. Man, like, his story. I had to live with my grandparents, uncle, stuff like that. But me, you would never know that me and my mother ever had
Correct.
issues
You would not.
coming up, right? Love her. That's my nigga, how we say, right? But I didn't know till I did counseling as an adult that I suffer from rejection issues.
And that's the ill part. See, and we appreciate y'all for being open. You see how easy it is? Like, not easy necessarily, but how easy they made it. They just divulged critical information that I wasn't privy to. And I'm sure nobody in the chat room was, man. So that's why it's very important, man. If you need somebody to talk to, seek somebody out to talk to, man. You ain't no sucker and you ain't on no goofy shit. If you need some help,
it has to be.
I want to advocate that. Please, you're never too cool. Even if it's your dog, or somebody you believe in, or if it's somebody you want neutral. I don't know, whoever you look, a pastor or actually a professional. Go seek some type of help if you really need somebody to talk to, man. Because this shit is serious, man. Just because you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? And this goes for everybody in the chat room. Let's show some more love to the chat room as always, man, because this is our base. This is our people.
Hey, Nina Reynolds.
Yeah, I want to.
She said, I was diagnosed with mental illness and suffered in silence. I was always afraid to reach out and didn't want to be judged by anyone. It's sad when you have a huge family but feel alone.
You see, and that's
that causes stress and trauma
itself.
Thank you, Nina, for sharing that. That's all because
you know what I'm saying. And that's the thing. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. If I share it, people are gonna judge me. If I don't share it, I'm gonna get worse.
Cause let's be honest.
What do you do?
When you a kid though, you finna get that work. That's how you develop your backbone and how you figure out how strong you are. Because when you are around your peers is where you kind of learn kind of where you fit in at a little bit, so to speak, from an early age. You know what I mean? You kind of navigating your way through school. Whether are you in with the in crowd? Are you just in the middle? Are you, considered lame? You know what I mean? You kind of, as school and you're around your peers and things like that, it kind of shapes you in a way to kind of show you a little bit of where you're going to be. Like me, I was just cool with everybody. I wasn't never considered with the in crowd.
Super neutral.
You know what I mean? I can hang with the in crowd. I can hang with the lames. I can hang with everybody in the middle. Mm-hmm. That's how I was. I kicked it with everybody. I didn't like grouping. I hated that grouping shit. Yeah. And I can't stand bullying and none of that. Nah. So I was just cool with everybody. But like as a child, when you getting it at home, you got family issues at home, and then you're going to school and you getting teased and stuff, man, that could be heavy, and that stuff can stay with you, man.
Bro, my teachers told me I was less likely to succeed.
They lied.
Because of your mental issues?
They see me now, and I'm sure they're wondering, like, what the hell?
Getting it in.
But I can remember I was crying out silently. I remember one football game night. I was hurting so bad, man. A dude caught a pass. He ran out of bounds. The referee blew the play dead. I ran to their sideline and hit this dude hard as I could during the game.
Who, the ref?
No, I hit the kid. The kid caught the ball. Uh-huh. He ran out of bounds. The play was blown dead. I kept running, and when he got up, I hit him square in his chin with the top of my helmet. They ejected me out the game.
Wow.
I threw my helmet. I threw my shoulder pads.
The anger issue.
I cursed my coach out. And nobody
they
ever
didn't know
said
you was going through anything.
He needs help.
They said, man, this motherfucker crazy.
They
Get him off the
crazy.
field. Get this crazy ass off the field. We done got a penalty for his goofy ass.
Exactly.
He don't even play that much anyway.
Exactly. They never.
I threw that in. I'm sorry. I ain't working for damn. I ain't have to say that.
But yeah, nobody saw the signs. So I think we have to learn how to recognize when adolescent mental health is present.
But people are scared to talk,
and
bro.
I got
they not willing to talk.
On what Janet Howard said, they say it takes a village to raise a child. We do need to come back together as a group of people and help one another. That's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? My uncles and my aunties could whoop me if I was doing something wrong. Nowadays, you can't touch nobody, kid. They allow that fool to their mama to get this. Shit.
Because sometimes you got it, because it's weirdos out there, man. That's the bad part. It was always been weirdos, but now you can see them, in live action and videotape. So that's why you kind of, but I see what you're saying. You do need the village, but sometimes it's people you don't want touching your kids. You know what I mean?
You don't.
But it's people you should trust to be like, if they need some discipline, they should be able to do that.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
This is not the views of the network or this show.
Oh, shit. You're about to say something crazy.
Man, don't be dropping.
Go ahead, bro.
Ain't gonna be crazy.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
So, but when we talk about
share,
that,
bro,
and somebody in here talked about molestation and things like that.
Oh, that's so heavy.
That's
right.
One of the heaviest.
Now, we say that molestation and stuff like that could lead to sexual confusion, homosexuality.
Okay.
Right. Years and years ago, homosexuality was listed as a mental health issue.
Yeah, it was. It sure was.
Crazy.
Because, it's all because it's abnormal. It was labeled abnormal because I don't want to offend nobody.
I understand.
But it was labeled abnormal. Mm-hmm. So any abnorm of the brain would be a mental health issue. Think about killing. You have when they say, "Man, he crazy. He shot old boy." Yeah, you're crazy. You crazy, retarded. These were actual scientific labels they gave people.
We
can't use anymore. But you have to be sick, literally sick, ill in the brain, mental health, to want to take someone's life.
Or take your own life.
Or take your own life. Right.
Yeah. So
that's heavy.
Gun to my head, bro.
That's heavy, bro.
Let me ask this question.
The only thing that kept me from shooting myself in the head was for a split second. I didn't want my mom to walk in and see my brains all over the kitchen table. I even thought about her at my weakest point. That's how you know God is with you, right?
Yeah.
When you're about to make a tragic decision and you have a split second to think about it. And I saw my mom, which is selfless of me. I thought about her. I said, you know what? I don't want her to see this. So I put the gun in my chest and I pulled the trigger.
Like seeing your heart splattered everywhere would be any better. No, but just think about that though. How deep that is, bro.
But at 14 years old,
that's what you thought.
Yeah, at 14 years old,
your mom saying you laid out in any fashion is gonna be bad.
Yeah,
but you thought enough, and that's like you said, that's what saved you.
So that's why I'm still here now.
Think how heavy that is, bro. That is crazy, man.
Through that, that's why this is a great show, because through that I live to help somebody else not go through that.
Your time wasn't over.
That's why we got to be
more to do.
You do, now you can coach him. I don't like the word mentor.
For years, I've met ladies. What happened to your stomach? I mean, I'm cut literally from here to here.
Wow. That sounds painful.
I see your stomach, little nasty tail.
they like, what happened? Bruh, I tricked myself from 14 to about a year before last.
You say I got gallstones.
I got shot selling drugs.
Oh,
and I told that story so much.
You start believing it.
Selling drugs.
Bruh, and
that's another.
I would get so aggravated because they would say, well, what happened to the guy that shot you? Is he out yet? I didn't have a continuing story. See what I'm saying? So I would get mad because I couldn't finish it. Yeah, he out. So where's he at now? I don't fucking know why.
Well, you should have finished your story. Like, man, we caught this pussy ass and stumped him out.
You did him right.
Now he gone.
But
you should have just went with the whole thing.
That's the lie that I lived.
You was already lying.
14 to probably 39 or 40.
That's heavy, man.
And I just said, you know what? I'm sick of this.
Wow.
I gotta be real.
Word. You got the courage.
I gotta be transparent.
Word.
Yeah.
So you have some shame.
Right, I'm not ashamed anymore to tell people that I had a mental health.
Yeah, and you should have never been.
I still do.
Yeah, you should have never been.
But I just know now how to deal with Myrick.
That's ill, man. People are, and we honest in here, man. We honest on the SimpFree podcast, man. And I want to show some more love to the chat room. We got a Tony Mayer in here.
Lynn, I see you.
What up,
while y'all are looking at the comments, I mean, even the other side of suicide is very harsh. In high school, I had a situation where I had one of my best friends call me and say, hey, like, I just took a whole bunch of pills. So, like, I'm young. I'm about 15. I don't know what to do.
That's traumatic.
What do you do, you know? So I told my dad. My dad was a fireman. So my dad automatically, he has emergency mode. So we ended up figuring everything out. But it's just like, what if she would never called me?
Yeah.
Or what if I would have been scared to say something because I didn't know what to do?
Yeah.
And so it's a lot. Like now, then I had another person like cry wolf, kind of like, I'm going to do this because of this, and then never did it, and just kept using that, and it's just very difficult. The other side, it makes you kind of angry, I think.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
That's heavy.
Now, you know they say that some of the most common mental disorders is like bipolar, and people just say bipolar. They throw that around like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Do you know bipolar is considered a severe mental illness?
Yeah, but it's so crazy, like you was just kind of saying. Basically, we joke about it now. Like, we'd be like, somebody do something crazy. Man, you bipolar.
Yeah, not funny. And manic depression is also considered a severe illness.
Yeah,
and a lot of people walking around, they do.
With bipolarism.
That is correct. So my thing is, and I just want to ask this to the viewers out there, is manic depression, is depression a social issue or is it an internal issue? Is it how you feel the way that the world views you, or is it how you view yourself is why you're depressed?
I think it's a little of both. I think it's a little of both.
Because we know studies have shown that suicide is a social issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But I'm sure suicide and depression kind of go hands in hand. I'm sure all of these illnesses are linked in some sort of way. But I
can tell you right now, bro, depression is more than taking pills. Depression can be not wanting to get up, not wanting to go to sleep. Depression, let me tell y'all something, bro. What a lot of people don't realize, when you over-sexualize masturbation, that's depression, man. That's a sign of depression.
Wait. When you do what?
When you over-sexualize yourself with masturbation.
Meaning you beat off too much?
Because the endorphins are released.
Yes.
When you have an orgasm. Sometimes, bro, we as men or women, easier for women than men, a lot of times they don't realize that sign of depression. When you over-sexualize things, when you get depressed, I got to go masturbate. Then I feel better.
But what if you haven't had nobody to go to and you need to release?
I see what you're saying, though. Because
it's bigger than just the release.
Because for males, they say that help you avoid prostate cancer.
But when you
I just dropped that out there.
When you over-sexualize it, Go ahead, B.
Well, I think I understand what you're saying. It's just like when you take an ecstasy pill. All these endorphins are released in mass amounts. You're super euphoric. You're the happiest person on the planet.
Exactly.
But when they go away, you go into a state below what you were.
You got to come back up again.
Correct.
By masturbating again.
So that's what you're saying. So the more you oversaturate, the more you get over-sexualized, you got those endorphins in your brain super released. But when you're not doing it, you don't feel normal anymore.
Exactly.
So then it becomes an addiction.
When you late for meetings, when you late for work.
That's a jewel dropper.
When you don't want to have sex with your wife, but you rather go in the bathroom and masturbate.
That's heavy.
You depressed, man.
Yeah, something wrong.
And the way you cover that up is by making yourself feel better.
Or she can get on your goddamn nerves and you just sick of her. You rather beat off than to look at her or have sex with her.
Yeah.
But some people can't stand their spouse.
We're on a different side. We're on a different side of the line. What they saying.
In that case.
Hey, you just never know.
Ray said he must be depressed as hell.
Holy shit.
If y'all don't block Ray,
boy going
if y'all
in.
don't block Ray.
What's up, fam? I'm going to say some more, man. I see my cuz. That's Lasha White. What's up, family?
You shout out Muyu?
Yeah, we did Janet Howard already. Megan Dykstra. What's up?
Megan.
What's up, fam? What's up with it?
Shonda Meadows. What's up, girl? Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Bro, this is a
Did we
good
get
topic,
Jokara
man.
Barnes?
Y'all should,
Young Maurice Clark. What's up, boy?
We need more of this
Fairly,
kind of topic,
I see you.
And Ray Jones, he also said death murder definitely can cause mental illness, depression. Like I'm saying, when you lose a traumatic loss can trigger that too, man.
Because it's a traumatic on the brain, on the mental. And that's going to affect your health.
And Tony say it's taboo in the African American community to even discuss mental health issues.
Or
I
talk
applaud
about
you guys for being
I think the Caucasian
business.
community
That's
too.
what's up. A lot of people are scared to talk about it, especially in the African American community, but everybody.
You don't see a lot of African Americans going to school, shooting up schools. So I think in the Caucasian community, it's not talked about enough either. Because they go to school, shooting up schools.
That's a little different though, because they kind of going off of a white supremacist type of
But we don't know that.
No, because they do stuff on specific days, like you know what I mean. They'll do stuff on Hitler's birthday or do stuff in April, which is
in April. I was about to say
catch.
April,
but
this is the month.
But these are depressed
even
kids.
with the Columbine people. Yeah, it could be.
You still
but they've established an identity though,
What's
man.
with April?
Oh,
that's a heavy month. April is a heavy
we'll
month
talk
for
about
the white
We'll talk about
supremacy
it
type
afterwards.
stuff. That's heavy.
But you know, they're
show,
depressed and they're looking for somebody for help. And that somebody could be a
they
white
definitely
supremacy
are.
group,
Yeah.
a hate group, whatever the case may be.
They found love in that.
Looking for love.
Yeah, they
so
definitely are.
Now
That's for
they're
sure.
misguided.
That's crazy.
They're misguided.
Bro in the crib, Lindsay Mason. What's up? Monroe on Brian Ock. What's up, bro? Muyu, we see you. What's up, bro? We know we see you, man.
What Ashley said?
He said, Ashley Gardner says, there are so many different levels of depression and so many different ways it is expressed. It is not just someone crying or being sad all the time. Someone who is depressed can simply just sleep, eat a lot, miss work, little triggers, etc. The list goes on. That when she said eat a lot, that glutton, that's a real sign.
That is a great thing.
Yeah,
when you eat delicious food, that releases endorphins in your brain that make you feel
I'm
good.
glad you said that's why I call you the professor. Well, you know.
Men that cheat.
Yeah.
But some men just haven't went through a whole stage yet. But
I'm just saying, bro, sometimes we as men, we cheat. You have a perfectly good woman who takes care of things. Why do we cheat? Why do we cheat? What you say, Mondo?
Black men
Mondo don't cheat.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've been a cheater. You know, and it's because of a depression.
But that's because instead of probably masturbating, you was cheating. You was trying to get that nut off.
I ain't gonna talk about masturbation right now. But what I will say is that a lot of times we as men, we are looking for something because of a mental illness.
Because there's a void. That illness causes a void, and you're continuously trying to fill the void.
Yeah.
But you're filling it with things that
Wrong
are
stuff.
empty.
Yes.
So
my dad used alcohol.
And that goes back to you saying treating the symptoms and not getting to the root of the issue.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
my dad used alcohol. Some men use sex. Some men use
drugs.
A thrill of doing other shit.
The biggest thing is going to be alcohol, sex, and drugs, right?
Well,
then you'll use money, but you need money for all three.
But,
and then that only feels
you got these other things though, man. You got crime. You know,
Yes.
There's a lot of sick people who go out and do bad things because
Okay,
they want to see the
deeper.
world burn.
We finna go deep.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
You know, you got crime, you got misbehavior, you got violence. A lot of these things stem from these people having these issues, and they can't express themselves.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And it comes out like
hurt people.
You got that right. That's
Exactly.
one of the biggest.
And you know
facts I've
what? They
heard.
always want to say our children have ADD.
That's new. When we were growing up, that shit
they didn't have that
exist.
shit when we were growing up.
No, they didn't.
No.
Yeah, what Dr. Umar
Let's take
say?
it
Ain't
to
no daddy at home.
Let's go to a deeper level then. Let's
Yeah.
go to a deeper level.
Yeah.
Let's go to a deeper
And don't
level.
get it wrong, but I know there are some children, there's some kids who do have an attention disorder, but most kids do. They're child. They're only thinking about what they want to think about.
Yeah.
Their mind's running 1,000 miles a minute. It's got to be some other way to correct that, if it even needs to be corrected.
Even with that, the kind of work I do, I'm hands-on, fix stuff or do things. You have to wear gloves. You should wear gloves for safety. Me, I have to actually feel what I'm doing. I'm a toucher.
Oh,
right?
God.
So I can't work with. It be the middle of the winter. I'm outside in the cold, 0 below. I ain't got no gloves on working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people they got to have. They can't. They don't want to touch stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I hope you got hand sanitizer, bro.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We all are different. Some people, a third shift worker, they work better at night. Some people, office. Some people, blue collar, white collar.
Some people,
it's because we're different. So in the classroom, they'll say, "Well, that Myrick can't sit still. He just got energy.
Yeah.
He probably went to sleep at a decent hour.
Mm-hmm.
He woke up, boom. Ramon probably stayed up all night.
Right,
so
right.
he in class sleepy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Think about in our day, Myrick, and I grew up in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, Michigan, right? Grand Rapids, bigger, but it's not a big city. Kalamazoo, of course, we're a small city.
Mm-hmm.
It was this white guy named Justin we went to school with. So Justin was on Ritalin. Out of all the black kids, he the only one that was on Ritalin. We know what Ritalin was.
Ritalin is terrible for you.
It's pretty dull, huh?
Ritalin is terrible
Right.
for kids, bro.
He was hyper. They said he was hyper.
That's
when we
up.
got to his house after school, we go hang out. The funnest kid.
He just didn't like that schoolwork.
No,
And
but here's the
they
thing.
mistake you for that type of stuff.
When I'm getting older, I'm looking. He just was energetic.
Yeah.
Some people is bubbly.
That schoolwork wasn't keeping his attention. Some people are too smart for the curriculum, or some people are just not interested. Seriously, it don't keep that. It don't
Think
keep
about
their
when you go to.
interest.
That's the beauty of college. You get to study what you want to study.
Yeah.
When you in high school and elementary school, you learn about stuff you don't want to learn about. Half the time, it's crazy.
Yeah,
so I
man.
think some things they labeled as mental illness. Was it mental illness?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to handle Brian, so he has mental issues. Give him drugs.
Yeah. And we all know when it comes to big pharma, the money's not in the cure, it's in the medicine.
And the medicine.
So
Yeah, but
that's what doctors go to school for, to give people shit they don't need.
y'all walk right into this, and I'm glad y'all did.
Not
what
all
about
of them,
what about
but a
using?
lot.
What about this is a hard part though, because people that do crazy shit sometimes they'll use that mental illness as a crutch. You know what I mean?
Like shooting up a school.
How do you
Like shooting up a school.
what's the line that you cross? It's like you wasn't too goddamn crazy to conjure up this bullshit ass plan. You
Right,
went through
right.
it. And if you'd have got away with it, you wouldn't have claimed mental illness. But now that you're caught, now you're mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people use that to kind of get out of the trouble they in and try to help. Well, I'm crazy. I'm insane. But you really wasn't all that crazy because you had an elaborate plan and followed through
I
with it
think
and knew
that's
exactly
just
what
a-
you was doing.
I ain't trying to
So that's
selfish.
that's a
to
tough
take
balance.
accountability for your actions.
That's a tough
That's just
balance.
a selfish way to not have to take accountability.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I ain't trying to knock a hustle, but I remember late 90s, early 2000s, cats would do the SSI thing. Get the crazy checks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the hustle. You get the check.
Well, do you know how that disables you? Once you're in the system for that, like Doug Sims says, like the drugs and ADD and drugs get added to your medical records early. You know what I mean? You're already presumed with a deficiency. So if you go to get the SSI for the check, do you know how that's going to affect your employment later on down the line?
Mm-hmm.
How it's going to affect your ability to get a home? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
In
But
some senses, because if you're not deemed sane enough to do these things and to work a job, how you gonna live?
I won't call it a hustle. It was a scam.
That's what it had to be. Cause
Miss Partee says all medicine that you need is in food. No, that was Tony. She says Miss Partee said some say removing sugar from your diet would increase the ADHD symptoms. I'm gonna say this, and I'm no physician, I'm no doctor, I'm just a regular cat from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I don't believe there is a such thing as ADHD.
I don't either. Like,
what are the symptoms? What causes it? What prevents it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what I believe.
Why people can focus back in our days?
They can focus on what they want to focus on. If you really want to focus on it and it's really keeping your attention, you will. If it's not, of course, if school is too easy for you or it's not capturing your interest, your mind gonna wander. Busy. You know what I mean? You're gonna do other stuff. That goes with anything. Especially sometimes when I read books, I can read 12 pages and don't remember nothing off the page because as I done read it, I'm thinking about all type of other stuff in my head. So sometimes you just never know if it's not a subject that interests me. And I'm just speaking for myself. I can block stuff out too. So
what about overprocessing?
Overthinking?
Like if you look at me with being transparent, they can tell you.
Oh yes, we can.
I have so many ideas.
Okay.
And 2019, I made a promise to myself. 2018, I was erratic. In 2018, I had ideas to do all kind of different things. And you guys kind of know.
Yeah.
You
with
still
the whole
gonna do
SimpFree thing.
You still gonna do them.
But in 2019, I made a vow to myself to slow down.
Absolutely.
Don't let my mind go too fast. Because if you're depressed, in my case, you always want to do. Because you want to feel worthy. You want to feel like you're doing more.
Can I ask you a question?
Better.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
So you just said do. So to the mental health part, do you try to stay busy so that you don't think about? There we go.
You keep if you look at people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, people like that, a lot of people can't get along with people who have that personality because we push. Mm-hmm. And I've had to learn that Mondo, Savannah, Ray, Heather, Zeta, they're not going to put into this what I put into it. We had an event planned Saturday. She can tell you. I canceled it Friday night because I'm laying on the sofa.
I didn't even know you canceled it.
I did.
But I had something to do Saturday.
Right, you did,
I did, Daddy.
I canceled it because I felt like it's not fair to them for me to ask them to volunteer time that I'm volunteering. And I said I won't do that no more. If we're not getting paid for this shit, I'm not gonna pull them from their house for it.
You goddamn right, Mark. No,
you wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You was wrong for that. You was wrong for that.
If you ask us, I'm like, yeah, I'll go.
You wrong.
I'm going.
You shouldn't have canceled it.
I go to everything.
Okay, and you put family business on the air, so we talk about family business.
No,
you was wrong. Now, granted, I had something that I couldn't get out of. Wasn't no way in the world I was finna turn that down for nothing.
Exactly.
But when we commit to something, we family. When we commit to something, we commit to it. We didn't ask to say you got to pay us. No. It's for love for this and love for you. So no, but you overthought it. That's what it was. You overthought it. It wasn't them.
Man, if you don't
know,
if you don't know by now, if you don't know by now who rides with you and who ain't,
at the end of the day, I'm here with these brothers supporting them.
We appreciate it.
I get that, but I just got him. Sometimes we think, and that's a problem with mental health. Sometimes we either overthink things or we underthink things. You got to find that balance. And I'm laying there Friday night. I text Marcus Lancaster, which is a big deal. West Michigan's biggest high school basketball symposium.
Okay.
I canceled Friday night. It was for 8 o'clock Saturday morning.
Don't do that again.
I just felt like, it's not fair for me to ask people to come out to do things.
No, out of retrospect, that's respectable.
Because I overthought it. I'm laying there. It's quiet. Nobody's talking to me. So I'm talking to myself.
That's what it
was. You gotta be careful.
Take your ass to sleep.
You gotta exactly. But depression, oversleeping, undersleeping, overeating, undereating, overthinking, underthinking, oversexing, undersexing. You gotta have that balance.
Savannah.
Yes.
I might be depressed.
Damn.
Which sign do you have?
You got me over here really thinking like, man, I'm not getting no sleep.
It's not a game out here, man. Everybody needs to talk about it, man. This shit is real, man. There's a lot of people suffering. So everybody suffering. Everybody talk about it. Let's wait before we don't close. Let's talk. give some more shout outs to the people in the room.
Yeah.
Before we close up out of here, man.
We see Thirsty 7 Music Market.
We having a great
discussion. Keep this show going.
I'm here tonight, baby. Look, we're not shutting it down yet. People need shutting it down.
This is needed for everybody, man. This is everybody's platform, man. If you having problems, like I said, man, seek help. For real. It ain't no shame in your game, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel like you weird or some other shit. You might be a weird though, for real, but not in that way. Like, there's nothing wrong with being weird and different.
We all weird. Everybody weird.
I have no problem with being a weirdo. No
I know I'm weird.
Okay.
Don't ever worry about what people got to say about you, man.
Yeah, we
get help if you need it.
Talk about aliens. I know people think we weird. I don't give a fuck.
Can I read this one?
I don't fuck with no aliens.
Because I think this was in response.
I don't fuck with no aliens.
I think this was in response to something I said.
Okay, then.
So, Tali Party, she says again, ADHD symptoms. One example of ADHD would be trying to read a chapter in a textbook and not recalling what you just read.
That's me.
That would be a comprehension, right? Because some people don't comprehend what they read. So, okay, that's just.
I be having other stuff on my mind.
That's just what I say.
I don't be focused on what I'm reading.
I usually have on music and the TV when I read.
I can't do that,
and it helps me. And it helps me get it. But because but it could be comprehension. That might be not ADHD. It could just be a comprehension.
If what I'm not interested in, like I'm reading, if I'm not interested in it, that's the longest it's gonna take me to comprehend because I really don't care.
Yeah,
I'm just reading. I feel like I'm doing it because I have to.
Me.
Yeah. Okay. I like reading stuff that I want, that I seek out.
But I still do agree with Tali Kai though that some people do have an issue. You know what I mean? It is difficult for some. Words are scrambled. Some people cannot pay attention.
I didn't like
but
reading.
I don't think it's too
I didn't like reading until I read Donald Goines.
Oh man, his books is
Once
cold.
I read Donald Goines, I read
that. I read that.
I never liked reading.
And I didn't man.
Horror Son, Black Girl, y'all, Kenyati's Revenge, Kenyati's Escape,
Dope Fiend.
Daddy Cool Dope. Oh, come on, y'all. So then she goes on to say, or being easily distracted by external stimuli, trying to study, but other conversations make it difficult to stay on task. Yeah. That's kind of human behavior. If I'm doing my homework and I look up and Savannah and Myrick look like they having fun, I'm gonna want to engage in that. So again, Tali, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that this is my view. This is how I view it. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate you even having dialogue.
We appreciate all the comments.
I do got to say this though, from her standpoint, that we're encouraging you to.
We back on?
We back.
Are we back?
Encouraging you to seek assistance, seek help, seek someone to talk to in regards to some things you may be suffering with internally. It is imperative.
Hey, ask someone to let us know if they can see us back live.
Man, are we back? Wait, I think we are. Wait,
Hey, let us know if
now.
you guys. I think we're back live.
Are we back?
Issues. We back.
Hey man, I don't know who hating on us, bro.
Tali, we
These
back.
forces against us, bro. I don't know who hating.
Are we back? B Mason is watching. We back in here.
Yes. Well, guys, it looks like some of our people have jumped off on us because of that. But I want to say we really, really appreciate you. Oh, we back. Yeah. Thank you, Jakara Burns.
I need y'all to share again.
Pernell,
what's up, Pernell Gates? Yeah. What's up, May?
Yeah, Clarence Reynolds.
Uncle
that's brother-in-law. What's up, man? Clarence Reynolds.
Steady. What's up, boy?
Yo,
Ashley Gardner.
Okay, we had technical difficulty. I need y'all to share. I need y'all to share.
We back, man. They hating on us, bro. I don't know why they keep hating.
Get us back on.
We
appreciate y'all to share. Back.
We having fire right now. You know what I mean? They trying to stop it.
They can't keep a black man down.
We sure don't appreciate it.
Thank y'all for staying in tune with us, though.
Exactly.
Share.
Lanisha Fairley, what's up?
This evening we are encouraging all our people, everyone, to please seek assistance, or help, or counseling of some sort. If you feel like something is wrong or bothering you, it is imperative to your well-being, your children's well-being, your family members' well-being, your community's well-being. Guys, we're community property. We need to work together. Let's try to keep our heads clear.
Look what Paul Webb said, man. He said, I don't know anyone who
give us guidance
does not suffer from a level of mental health disorder, including myself.
You think about
people in here sharing, man.
But this the ill part about it, though, fellas.
For real.
You've had a cold. Back in my day, we got back in the day we got chicken pox, stuff like that. You had to get you got to get the chicken pox once.
Got to.
You're allergic to something physically, so that means your brain. I can't say your brain can't be allergic to something. Right. Your brain can't be certain things that give quote unquote like a brain cold.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's heavy, man.
Look at Division Street. I work downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. I see it all day. Drugs drugs, it does things to your body, right?
Yeah.
It causes it breaks down a chemical structure in your brain. So your brain ain't what it is. It's mental health issue, and man, it's so much stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah. Tali says she's a counselor at a Christian counseling center. Hit her up.
We will.
Yo, we need to get her on the show.
Hey, we need to get you on the show, Tali. Hey, put your info on there, Tali.
Yes, we can bring you on. We could bring you on one of the shows because it's very important. Because I'm telling you right now,
we got to
run this back.
We got to get you on here.
People need to know this, man.
Power Hour Live because SimpFree is a little.
Yeah, however we want to do it.
Just hit the network and then we just do it like that. Tali, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up. I'll hit her up.
Man,
Talika. We could definitely leak that.
Talika.
Okay.
Bro, that's Talika.
Oh, okay. Tali. Yeah.
Tali
okay.
Kai.
I know what that is.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's Tali Kai. Yeah. Kiara J. S. What's up? Okay, then let's see. How about a Shonda Meadows? It says I something. Oh, it's supposed to be had. Okay, it says I had low self-esteem. That's real hard. I grew up with kids always putting me down, so I have got over that. But people will always judge me.
That's traumatic.
And let them judge. Let them judge. Crazy? Fuck them.
I went to middle school.
Let them judge.
Shonda Meadows. We went to Longfellow.
That's Cook
Elementary and Longfellow together.
Okay, then.
She and thank you for sharing, Shonda. She did have a hard time. Shonda was very emotional growing up.
You look out for her?
And I'm glad she's better. Yeah, bro. I remember she ran for student president. I drew her sign and everything.
Okay, I was about to say, if you look out for her.
I'm one of those guys, man. I'm a puppy dog.
She corrected herself, too. She did. She fixed it. She said had.
Yeah, and we appreciate you, Shonda, for sharing. People,
man, we appreciate all y'all for sharing, man. We back in this thing.
I can't see her.
Janet
she
Howard
must got me blocked because I don't see her.
Janet Howard says,
I don't even know her.
Janet Howard says, expressing your feelings will always empty out. Let me see. Always empty out. So you will not suppress and hold things inside. It is damaging. Absolutely.
It's very damaging.
Some people just don't know how or to have the courage to, though. That's the issue.
Let's get to the root of our issues.
What's that?
What's the root?
I don't know. We all have their individual. That's what I'm saying. Yours could be. Mine could be.
Yo,
man.
G, get that information for Tali. Can you do that?
What?
She dropped her Addie and her number in there for us, so we could definitely go more in depth about this discussion.
So mine could be.
Okay.
Mine could be. You know, my mom saying, you got to go live with my daddy because I need you to be raised by a man. Mm-hmm. So that gave me rejection issues because for years I thought my mama didn't love me.
So it wasn't explained to you properly, obviously.
Right, until I was an adult. Then my mama told me, she was like, no, nigga, I sent you because you was running the streets doing what you was going to do. I'm a woman. I can't teach you right. Your daddy wasn't around, so I sent you to my daddy, right? Boom. Mm-hmm. You could grow up in a 2-parent household. It could be your parents splitting up.
Right.
Traumatic is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my fault that my dad left my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Different things is you know what I'm saying? So whatever plays on your brain is a mental health issue. Right. In the black community, we taught, hey, don't tell nobody because they're gonna judge you. They're gonna tease you. You know what? They're going to talk about you regardless.
Facts.
True.
I'm going to talk about you like in love. Like, y'all my boys, so I sig on y'all regardless.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
For sure.
But it's all in love, never offensive. But we not taught to have healthy conversations, especially as men, like Mike was saying earlier. We're not taught to have healthy conversations.
Okay. And right here, and having these dialogues again, this gives us the opportunity to shift the dynamic. Let's have these conversations with our younger brothers and sisters. Let's have these conversations with our children and our close friends so that they can do the same. And everybody knows that in order for a community to be stronger together, we got to see things clear. And in order to see things clear, you got to talk about them.
Purnell said boxing help.
Yeah, I believe that.
Word.
I believe that.
And all that. You know, like I know my brothers Jashi, Rockman, and Iman, they all box.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that probably could help them too. You get in the ring pounding on somebody.
Or even just the training aspect, taking that aggression out on the back. You know what I mean? I get that too.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And April says our roots are usually with parents. Once we iron them out, the source of the parents, then we heal. Yeah. We do this by communication. But it can't just be communication. I mean, I guess communication is like you say something, I say something, we understand each other. Yeah. But there's got to be a deeper understanding. An understanding to where that I understand that you feel the way you feel, no matter how much it offends me, it's okay for you, entitled to feel that way. Yeah. And my goal is to try to understand why. Yeah. Instead of looking at you like, I ain't do that to you. That ain't my fault. You know what I mean? Take accountability and listen and be. And most people just want to be heard, Mondo. G. Myra.
Yeah. That's what it is. I just want to talk to you.
Go.
No, I'm saying that's how people feel.
Yeah,
They just want to talk.
Yeah.
They just want to talk. I just want to say, Brian, that hurt me.
There you go. And you know what I have to do?
And B gonna say, man, shut your goof ass up, man.
No,
As dudes, we be playing around, but you never know hardly when somebody is serious. Because if you know somebody real serious, you're like, man, shut up.
Right.
But no, if you really, because I know you, and if you really looked at me like, nah, G, for real, like, I need you, bro.
And if you being serious,
all the joking goes away.
My job is to.
But everybody don't have that relationship with somebody like that, though. Everybody don't have that type of relationship or feel comfortable.
Do you know how effective a conversation can be when you're judge free? When you understand that you're human and you fuck up, and somebody else is human and they mess up, even though they mess up isn't equivalent to yours, nobody needs to be comparing. But even though you may feel that way, your goal as a person is to listen and be judge free, and to try to understand and make the attempt. Man, you know how much closer and further you can get with those kind of conversations about making the attempt to understand.
Now we do that as brothers. If I offended you, right?
Yeah.
So think about how much more harder that could be as a family member, as a mom, as a dad, as an uncle, grandfather, as Big Mama. Like, damn, I let them go over Cecil house, and I know Cecil touched them kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then having that conversation, like, well, Big Mama, why you let me go there? You know what I'm saying?
And they kind of try to sweep it under the rug sometimes.
Right, and I said that.
Kind of keep it like we don't know. But it's weird.
I hate to use Cecil because I know a brother named Cecil. So I'm gonna say Lamont. You know how it is Lamonte. So
there's a Lamonte out there listening too.
I don't know no Lamonte. so Lamonte.
Leo, what's up?
What up,
Lamonte mama got touched by Uncle so and so Cleophas. So then why would you send your son to Uncle Cleophas when you know what he did to you?
A lot of times the kids don't say nothing
because mentally that affected you. Boom, 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 and it's just a effect.
It's easy to manipulate kids though.
And then now we put Lamonte on drugs, right? We gave him drugs to deal with it, whatever his issues is.
Yeah, because he dealing with something
easier
older
than admitting fault.
Now he turned to drugs, real drugs.
Yeah.
But that was his mama's fault from the jump.
But what if he never expressed it in that way? What if she just thought he was halfway telling? He wasn't telling the whole.
Are we talking about somebody real?
No, he's just making up a scenario.
How about if his mama actually did her job and protected him?
But see, his mama didn't get protected. That's what I'm saying. His mama didn't get protected.
And that's the vicious cycle.
So then that cycle came because now she took the traumatic issue.
Yeah.
So now it's generational.
Yeah.
Because some things they say, generational issues, stuff like that.
Generational curses.
It
don't have to be that way.
It ain't chemistry. It's not genetic.
Right.
Sometimes it's what we do. It's stuff passed on. It's curses we didn't break.
Right. And,
well, you know what, man?
It's gotta be a dynamic shift at some point because again, if you what the saying is, G, if you knew better, you do better. Now that we're having these conversations, we're beginning to know better. So what we gonna do about it?
And that's I
encourage you. I challenge you to do better.
For help, what I had to do was create my new boxes in my brain. So I have a sister who I haven't seen in maybe 5-6 years. We don't know what happened, but she went to the other side, you know. She does her thing. Whatever she does, you know what I'm saying? But the pain of knowing somebody who grew up with me who's different than I am now hurts, right? So she has her own box. My mom has her box. My other sister has her box. My dad had his box. My ex-wives both got their boxes. And what happened by putting people in boxes is I've learned to control my emotions by putting people in boxes and only give them what I want to give them of me. So I put you in your box, right? You may call me. No longer do I say, why is he calling me? I don't want to talk to him, but I answer the phone. When I put you in your box, I control how open your box is.
You're protecting yourself.
Right. So that's like a defense mechanism.
Correct.
And some people, I get that box, I throw that motherfucker as far as I can.
Yeah. Word.
And now, no matter what goes on, you can't hurt me because I control the box. And that's just something I've used to help me grow and help me be at peace. Because if you give people total control over you, they'll control you.
They will.
But my thing is, if you put people in isolated boxes, I don't give them the opportunity to have freedom to get to me. Because I placed them strategically here, and here.
You know, I have to say I've had to do that in my life as well.
It's important, bro.
It is. Because
for your mental health.
Yeah, because given, you know what I mean, when you don't put them in that box and you just let them run free in there, that's too much power for somebody
That's
to have.
power.
No.
Exactly.
And
I also think something that can help too is
pin in that shit.
achievements. Like, cause when you're younger and you can't like fend for yourself, you dependent on people. That makes it a little extra hard. But if if you've reached a certain level in life where you can take care of yourself and you're doing good, that gives you more confidence as well too, man. Because when you can fend for yourself and you don't have to depend on nobody for every little thing, when you have done something in your life, that can help too. Because a lot of people, depression comes from, man, I can't provide for my family. Yeah, our life's about to get cut off tomorrow. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm the man. I'm supposed to be able to do this, but my wife and kids or my family, anybody we about to be on our knuckles. We about to be on the street. And you know what I mean? I didn't, or you might feel inadequate. I didn't do what I was supposed to growing up.
Right.
Now look at the situation I'm in. I got a job to where I'm never going to make the money I need to really, efficiently take care of my family. And a lot of people deal with that, man. And that's heavy too, man. Like, the better you do, the better off you will be sometimes. But even people that have the money, though, still have problems. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, man. Right, that's the scary part.
And I'll say that people who have money still have problems because they were so focused on getting the money and making their dream work that they never focused on their relationships.
Yeah.
Now, my goal in life is to get wealthy enough to where I don't have to worry about anything but my health and my relationships. You see what I'm saying? But once you're chasing a certain aspect, a lot of things go neglected. Wife, children, friends, family. And then you look up, and you haven't built anything with anyone, or you don't have a something that's unbreakable with anybody, and your ass by yourself.
Well, let's talk about what you just said. Relationships, family, that would deal with the heart.
Correct.
Right. They say the gut is the second brain. They said you got more nerves in the gut area.
You'd be surprised.
So that would be physical health, right?
Yeah.
You got mental health, emotional health, physical health.
Correct.
So they would all kind of have to be in line. Be synchronized. Am I pronouncing it right? Y'all know I can't. Y'all know I can't spell.
We got what you're saying, bro.
Right?
Synchronized.
So I think it all plays a role in our everyday lifestyle to have great mental health. Because once this is gone, it don't matter what this is doing.
Yeah.
It don't matter what nothing else in your body is doing. You what they call a vegetable.
Yeah.
So
that's where it starts.
Like you said, you can have all the money in the world.
Right.
It don't mean nothing.
Correct.
It don't mean. Think about it. This is like SimpFree. We always say simp is like opposite of like a player.
Sympathetic.
Right?
You sympathetic.
Right.
That's all. It's short for sympathetic.
If you're a player with all the money, you ain't got no homes. It don't make no difference. What's the point of having the money?
Yeah.
But in real life, you have money to have things to be enjoyable.
To be
but
secure.
if you don't have to enjoy it here, all that money don't make a difference because you know, right? If you're constantly sick and physically ill,
nothing matters.
You can't enjoy it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why it's so many dynamics to it. Oh, it's so many dynamics.
That's why all you can do is
April
put out
said
good
diet
energy.
is a factor when you're talking about the gut. So my dad always told me, he said, when you want to do something, son, first it starts here, and if you get it here and you drive it here, it'll then sink to here. Yeah. And once it sinks to here, it's over. You got it. You know what I mean? Because once the idea turns into a passion,
shout out, Pops.
You will obtain that. Thanks, Lou Howard. Appreciate you, dog.
You know, Layla Hathaway says, sometimes you got to make the mirror your best friend. Love
Facts.
yourself
Facts.
like no one else can.
Facts.
That's crazy, man. And again, though, and this is where we got to become more susceptible to how other people feel, because I'm not the flyest thing. I'm not a movie star. I'm not this big deal. I'm just a regular guy.
Clearly. No, just
thank you.
No,
real
like
talk.
That.
Real talk.
I'm feeling you.
You know what I'm saying? Clearly, I'm just a regular cat.
That's my dude. That's my brother.
And it's hard for me to see how people aren't happy with themselves. I got gap teeth, nappy hair. I'm skinny.
I got butt teeth and gap teeth. I'm fat.
I found myself in the 7th grade. I knew who I wanted to be. You know what I mean? And I just wish others could really absorb and reflect on themselves. Like, dog, you know what you don't want to be?
Yeah, but others have.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
One thing I hear you say a lot that I reflect on, and it touches me every time. My dad.
Yes.
My dad. I'm going this weekend to work with who?
My dad.
With my dad. I'm going there. My dad said. I've heard even
Yeah,
she
I
said.
love my pops,
my
man.
mom and my dad.
My mom and dad.
We all can't say that.
We got some strong
my daddy
fathers.
lived next door to my best friend, right? You know, I got a 1-year-old. My daddy ain't never seen my 1-year-old child. He lived next door to my best friend. I was just over there on Friday.
Sorry about that.
Wow. Exactly.
That's not funny.
So that's a pivotal part of life. Yeah. You say my dad. Mm-hmm. There's no coincidence that you have the confidence that you have as a man because you were raised by
that's a fact.
Perhaps a 2-parent household.
That's why we did our first show.
Not always.
Fathers are important, man.
But right as I was hitting that transitional period in my life where I needed him, he was right there.
That's it.
And been there ever since.
I noticed.
And that's a blessing to me.
Kids, like when I was doing mentoring and stuff like that, the boys, well, not even the boys, the kids that had daddies, they got a different confidence. They play a different role on their mental. I'm gonna just use the word mental because that's what the show is about.
Yeah. Read what Rihanna said.
Who?
Rihanna.
Miss Enriquez.
She says, kids look to their parents to learn how to deal with the adversities of life. My family experienced a traumatic experience that changed our lives forever. Every day I handle my business, my son is watching. I can't break down or give up. That would teach him to break down. I would take a very realistic approach to parenting. That's true, but I'm gonna tell you like this.
Big ups to you.
Appreciate you for sharing that.
And we love you for sharing that. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that's a lady, right?
Yeah.
Yep. If I don't know where his daddy at, but if his daddy was doing the same thing, it would have a greater impact. It's nothing more and permanent and important in a young man's life to see having a daddy in his life and have a dad doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's something different. Mama, we love y'all because we get that love from that mama. Ain't nobody love you like your mama can love you.
And I was saying this the other day. I was like, and to Miss Henriquez, we missing a lot of strong mamas. You remember the mamas who ain't play at all? Woo. Like my Aunt Mary didn't take no shit. My Aunt Brenda didn't take no shit. Like they didn't play. They could have raised men by themselves, which they did, by the way. Not necessarily my Aunt Brenda, but a lot of my aunties did raise men by themselves. And they turned out to be great men. And like you see like a lot of these ball players who became successful and strong-willed and, reached that plateau and got to the top with just a mama. Now, of course, they had coaches and things like that. But when they went home, man, it was just moms, and moms didn't play. That whip was cracking. And in the unfortunate instance that you're a single mom, please understand if you have a young boy. Do not make him your son's Ben. You know what I mean? He needs to understand. Boys are going to test you every run. They're going to test you every turn. Yeah. You need to be strong, stern, and efficient. And consistent when it comes to raising a boy, especially on your own.
Yeah, and love your daughters. Your daughter is not your competition.
But
what about respect before they turn 11 or 12, or you ain't never gonna get it.
What about the aspect of people though that go through hardships, but it makes them greater? Like everybody wasn't meant to be on this earth to have a fuzzy life. Like everybody, I had pretty much what you would call almost a picture perfect. Like my parents. They was, there since I was born, still there. Took care of my college. I didn't have no debt when I left, like that type of stuff. My parents held me down, but everybody don't have that, and a lot more people that don't have that, they have better drive, or they accomplish things still through what they go through. So what would y'all say about that? Some people have to go through that struggle to make them better. It's unfortunate, and we wish everybody did want the struggle. But that makes you.
I'm gonna read her comment. I'm gonna read her comment, and then I want you to go. And I don't know how to pronounce her name, but. Yeah, Rihanna. She said his father is phenomenal. For the traumatic event was him being taken out of the home, but I keep the relationship well and alive. They talk daily. We visit. He knows his father is in prison, but he knows his father was protecting his family. We let him have his voice to express, which is a good thing because sometimes parents do not let their children express how they feel, and we got to do better with that.
Yes, we do.
As a people. She said, if someone tells him to take care of me, I tell him no. His job is listen to me. Oh, wow. Rhiannon. Okay. We're going to pronounce your name. Go ahead.
Rhiannon.
It's called Ree.
Ree. Okay, Ree. We got you, Ree. Go ahead, Savannah. I just want to read her comment.
I was saying that I was raised in a 2-parent household. I came up well. And we've been through some things as a family that were very, I guess you could say, that were very traumatic. Is that better? Yeah. And I'm thankful because through stuff that me and my family dealt with, it made us stronger. And everybody can't say that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful that stuff that we went through brought us together and knit us closer together.
Can Big Bro ask you a question?
What's up?
So, is some of the stuff that you guys dealt with, would it be like racial stuff, like people treating you, your mom and dad different because they were in a interracial relationship?
No, they dealt with most of that before I even came in the picture. So
Gotcha. Okay.
that was out the way when I came into the picture and grew up. Yeah. So.
Gotcha. So yeah, man. And again, this whole piece today was to just encourage people.
Yeah, man. That's all we
have
doing.
these discussions. That's where it starts.
Talk about it.
That's
Don't ever be ashamed.
Because
man.
you know what happened when you start talking and somebody's listening.
Somebody else might be going through something.
It get good to you, right? And you start expressing how you really feel.
Yep.
And then somebody else joins in and start expressing how they feel. Just like it happened when Myrick shared his story, and just like you shared your story.
That's a fact.
And we shared a little bit. Savannah shared something. This is what needs to happen in our communities to where we can bond and grow stronger together, guys. We all connected. You know what I mean? And it's imperative to the future of us and our families and our communities that we keep a close watch on how our mental health is, on how our children are doing, and how our friends and family are doing. Call somebody, ask them how they doing, and actually listen. Goddamn it!
Something as simple as walking by somebody on the streets that you don't know and just say hi, how you doing?
You know
what's going on? You might be the only person that acknowledge them in that day.
The issue is my man Ronaldo Nays put on Facebook the other day, and I'm gonna paraphrase, but it's basically like saying, and I said this before, as black men and we friends, why don't we tell our brothers that we love them? There's no reason I should be like,
I do
all right,
tell my brothers,
I love you.
We do.
We absolutely.
We don't have conversations sometimes that we go deep. We always keep stuff surface.
Yeah.
You know, medication surface.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to heal something, we got to go deep to the root.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in conversations, because you think about therapists, that's all they do. They don't even really talk. They just
They're professional listeners.
They let you talk to the root of the issue.
I got to say this. I'm gonna be honest, man. My dogs, my brothers, my day ones, those are my therapists.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Same with me, right?
I
can come to this man with whatever.
Yeah, we'd have been through so much, and with my brother Toon, Lindsay,
Toon, what up,
so much. I got my boy Jay McDan. I got some of my guys back in the hood, but I don't talk to as much. But I've been able to open up to all my guys about anything, man. And I'm talking it's a total judge-free zone.
Yep.
And it helps, man. It works.
And and that frees you.
It does.
So that stuff you're not keeping on the mental.
No more.
So it's not going to give you that sickness in the brain. It could be, you could have did the worst shit ever. Excuse my language, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
And you didn't have to hold it in.
No, we appreciate your language.
But you didn't have to hold it in, and then you let it go.
Right.
And then guess what? Now you're free from that, so you don't have to hold on to that sickness.
That's right.
Hey, man, we don't have all the answers. That's for goddamn show.
Don't.
But we do know SimpFree is bringing it. You hear me? SimpFree podcast. We out here, man. This is what we here for, a discussion. You know, we want to open it up on Wednesday. We want it to be your form of entertainment. We appreciate everyone for rocking with us.
Thank you.
Everybody we didn't get into. Let's see if we can see some more people before we get up out of here. I see my auntie Angie Williams in here. Hey, auntie.
What's that Steady Fair?
What's up, bro?
Read that comment. Read that comment.
Which one?
I got you.
What's up, Steady? Say, yo, B&G, this convo is hitting home for me as a single parent and as a child that was raised by a single mother. Steady, I know your story, fam.
That's what's up, fam.
We
happy to
go ahead, man.
Say something. Behold, y'all. I don't know if Myrick took me out or not.
No,
you good. We hear you.
Okay. Everybody, all the family of the SimpFree, if y'all got questions and stuff y'all want to get, and maybe y'all didn't, or comments y'all want to share online for everybody to see, hey, hit up their page, hit up the inboxes, let the brothers know.
Yeah.
If you got conversations that maybe you want them to discuss, let these brothers know.
Info at SimpFreePodcast.com.
Can you say it again?
Info at SimpFreePodcast.com.
And don't forget to catch us every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. live
9 p.m.
right here.
The Empowerment Network.
Mondo.
We moving, man.
Mondo, I don't think you was done talking.
Oh, I mean, that was it. I just want people to know that y'all here for them.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, man.
You know, y'all here to empower them.
This is all our show, man. SimpFree, we welcome everybody. We love the chat, man.
I see you,
standing in our power, man. No suckers in here, man. Say what you got to say, man. Get personal. If you feel like divulging, we here for you, man.
And let it out.
We appreciate everyone, man.
Oh,
Thank y'all for sticking with us with that little interruption. We back in action, man. We'll be back next Wednesday. Another heater, 9 p.m., man. Empowerment Network. Get with it, man.
And don't forget, Empower Hour Live on Empowerment Network,
Monday,
9 p.m. on Monday.
Empower Hour Live, man. Empowerment Network, man. Just moving. We just got everything, man. One big conglomerate. You hear me? We out. We love y'all.
Keep your head straight.
Yep. With the bullshit. All right.